Hola a todos, bienvenidos a sus apuntes de SOBREV. We're going to talk about backwards verbs today. So when I say backwards verbs, notice that this is verbos, backwards, verbos, they're backwards verbs, that's the joke. Okay, by the end of the day, you'll be able to use backwards verbs. You've already encountered one backwards verb. It's called gustar. We say that gustar means to like. So I like, we use me gusta, and you like, te gusta. He likes, le gusta. We like, nos gusta. Y'all like, os gusta. Y les gusta. You'll also notice that here, right in front of our verbs, we don't say yo me gusta. It's a mí me gusta, a ti te gusta. This is also when we use someone's name, like a Miguel le gusta cantar, that kind of thing. You have that a in there. This is because backwards verbs have your subject as the thing that you like. Let's follow this same pattern. Aburrir is like to be bored by, to think something is boring. So if I think something is boring, I would say me aburre, like me aburre la clase de historia. History class bores me. No offense, my history friends. A ti te aburre, a él le aburre, a nosotros nos aburre, a vosotros os aburre y a ellos les aburre. Notice what we have in common between gustar and aburrir. They all have me, te, le, nos, os, les. That same pattern is going to follow through all of our verbs. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Disgustar is don't like no me gusta or me disgusta. So you have me, te, le, nos, os, and les. Since this pattern works with all of our verbs, I'm going to copy that and put that into each set. Me, te, le, nos, os, les. Me, te, oh boy. Me, te, le, nos, os, les. And me, te, le, os, nos, les. Now that we have that pattern down, we just conjugate the verb as if it's in the el, ella form. So we just drop the R. So if I don't like, that's me disgusta. You don't like, te disgusta. A él le disgusta. Nos disgusta. Os disgusta. Y les disgusta. Moving on to doler. This will be a major one today. Doler is to hurt. So if my foot hurts, I would say me duele el pie. Or if your finger hurts, te duele el dedo. Or if his stomach hurts, le duele el estómago. Or if our head hurts, nos duele la cabeza. Os duele el alma, their soul hurts. Y les duele la mano, their hand hurts. Like gustar, encantar is to love. However, please don't use this with people. It's just like, oh, I love hamburgers, I love pizza, I love camels, whatever you love. That's not a person. Me encanta. So me encanta el chocolate, te encanta la pizza, le encanta correr, nos encanta la clase de español, os encanta whatever you love. Y les encanta. We have two more. Importar is to care about something, to have something be important to you. So if I would say like, me importa el trabajo. So the job is important to me. I care about my job. O te importa la familia. Your family is important to you. O le importa. He cares about something. Nos importa. Os importa. Y les importa. It's important to that person. That tú is where the to is where that a comes in. So to me, this thing is important. To you, this thing is important. And our last example is interesar, which means, sorry, I forgot if I had translated them. Interesar is to be interested in. So I'm interested in yoga. So I would say, me interesa el yoga. If you are interested in something, te interesa, le interesa, nos interesa, os interesa, y a ellos les interesa. So backwards verbs are verbs that are all conjugated in the gustar pattern of me, te, le, nos, os, and les. Am I great? So why are these called backwards verbs? Well, let's look at the pattern here. I would say, les encanta este gato. Or, nos duele el gato. Or, le importa el gato. Y me disgustan los gatos. What's a pattern that we have going here? Well, we start with an indirect object pronoun. Our indirect object pronouns are things like me, te, le, nos, os, and les. And then after that, we have a verb. Whether it's encanta, duele, importa, disgustan. And then after that comes the subject of our sentence. Now the verb is going to agree with the subject, and that's why it's backwards, because normally it's the subject first and then the verb. Like in English, I like the cat. But here, it's backwards. It's like the cat enchants them. Instead of they love the cat enchants them, basically, is what's happening. So the verb agreement is going backwards. It's going this way. Like backwards, which is great. Okay. So if I want to say, I love the dress, I am not the subject anymore. El vestido is the subject. So that's why we say encanta for I love instead of encanto, like yo encanto. That doesn't work. So me encanta, that encanta matches vestido. And then we have me, like to me, the dress is enchanting. Or, nos gusta la camisa nueva de Mónica. We're focusing on Monica's new shirt. So la camisa is the subject. And gusta is the verb that's being impacted by camisa, which is why it's in the el ella form. And not gustamos. This is why we don't say gustamos. We say nos gusta. We like her shirt. Or if you like some sort of shows, you say te gustan los programas, because there are multiple shows that gustan matches basically the ellos programas. So a ti te gustan los programas. We talked about indirect object pronouns earlier. An indirect object pronoun is something that receives the action, and we can often find this in a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase has no bearing on the structure of the conjugation of the verb. Okay? So that's why up here we could have like a little hidden a mí me encanta el vestido. A nosotros nos gusta la camisa. Or a ti te gustan los programas. These are all prepositional phrases. To me, to you, to us, to you. Those prepositional phrases don't really count in the sentence. We can take them out, and that doesn't change the meaning of the sentence. It's still valid, but putting them in as extra clarification. So an indirect object is something that receives the action. In English, we have us. You bought us the flowers, or you bought the flowers for us. Or drawing interests her. Drawing is interesting to her. We told her a lie. We told a lie to her. Or my stomach hurts. This doesn't have an indirect object in English, but in Spanish it does. It would say me duele me duele el estómago. Here, my stomach is hurting me. So the stomach hurts to me. A mí me duele el estómago. We follow the same rule that we're following in gustar. If we had one thing that we like, el gato, that matches up with gusta. Me gusta el gato. If we had multiple cats that we like, it would be me gustan los gatos. It's like the ellos form, basically. So if the subject is plural, if the thing that you like is plural, you're going to use the ellos ending. That's the an ending, or the en ending. So if I wanted to say, like, I am interested in mathematics, that would be me interesan las matemáticas. Or if my parents tell really boring stories, which mine don't, but maybe, if yours did, and you wanted to say their stories bore me, and say me aburren los cuentos. Again, we've got this N because los cuentos is plural. We have this N because las matemáticas is plural. Or if my knees hurt, I would say me duelen las rodillas because I have two knees and they both hurt. So that's the rule. You have an indirect object pronoun first, and then the verb, which has to agree with what comes after it, the subject. Let's do 3 kinds of examples. First, we'll pick just a verb to match. And then we'll do a pronoun and a verb. And then finally, we'll write entire sentences with just duele. Right? And then we'll prepare for tomorrow's activity. So go ahead and read through activity C, pause the video, and try to complete it yourself. Then we'll correct your answers. So number 1, you have me, la historia del mundo with interesar. Now la historia is singular, so that gives us just the A ending, me interesa. Next we have nos, la seguridad de nuestros gatitos. And with importar. So we care about our kittens' security, safety. Now la seguridad is singular again, so nos importa. Next we have les gustan. But las canciones is plural. Las canciones de Bing Crosby. Butch Cassidy no le importa la ley. La ley is singular, the law, and Butch Cassidy does not care about the law. Te aburre el arte de Picasso. You are bored by Picasso's art. Next, if we want to say he loves Bob Meowly's works, works is plural. Oh yeah, arte was singular, so there you go. Las obras is plural, so we say le encantan. And then la leche, we love milk. In case you haven't noticed, there is a cat theme going on right now. Even though we love it, milk is just one thing. Nos encanta. A Fidel Castro y Chairman Mao no les gusta el capitalismo. Even though there are 2 of them, capitalism is one singular subject. So giving us gusta. A Catpernicus le interesan, las estrellas, because there are many stars, that is plural, so interesa becomes interesan. Y finalmente, me disgusta el chocolate oscuro. I do not like dark chocolate. That is one item. So yeah, disgusta. Now, let's think about our indirect object pronoun along with our verb. So as you go through activity D, find the correct indirect object pronoun. I did it again. And make sure you get a verb that matches your subject. Pause the video, try it out for yourself. Okay, here we go. So first, to matching a ella, that gives us le, and then la película is one thing. So it gives us disgusta. Next, a mí will lend us to me, and then tomar los apuntes is a singular thing. Taking notes is one idea, it's a singular subject, so we get aburre. A la profesora, she is a lady, so that gives us, she's one lady, gives us le, and then dar, to give notes, that's an action, that is one idea, le gusta. A ti tells us that we want te. Do you, el vestido is the dress, that's one item. A ti te gusta el vestido de Puma Thurman? Do you like Puma Thurman's dress? A ustedes is going to give us les. And then los cuentos is plural, so we have interesan. So even though the stories are about Genghis Cat and he is one dude, one cool cat, I guess, haha, cuentos is plural. So a ustedes les interesan los cuentos de Genghis Cat. Número 6, a nosotros gives us nos. And then la obra Romeo y Juliet is Julieta, I guess in Spanish. La obra is one work. So we're not saying we like Romeo. Oh, also we are interested. We're interested in Romeo and we're interested in Juliet. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying we like the work. So it would be nos interesa la obra Romeo y Juliet. A Luke Skywhisker, he is one guy. So le, and then importa. Oh, but check it out. Los Jedi. Since Jedi is plural, that would be importan. A Jay Catsby, he is one guy. So él, le, and then tener. Having is one action. It's a singular thing. Having a lot of money. Le aburre. A Jay Catsby le aburre tener mucho dinero. A ti will give us te. And then las bananas is plural. So we have gustan. A ti te gustan las bananas? Do you like bananas? And then a mí gives me. And las bananas, oh hey, I feel like we just did that. It gives us gustan again, but this time it's disgusta. So we've got me disgustan las bananas. So as you are using backwards verbs, make sure you're using both parts of your backwards verbs. You've got your indirect object pronoun and you've got your verb. Oh dear. Oh well. Right? Cool? Cool. We have 2 more activities to go. Our first one is you're going to write the entire sentence this time, but we're just going to use the same verb every single time, and that verb is duele. Doler means to hurt, and doler is a backwards verb. So if I have one thing that hurts me, like la mano, I'm just going to have duele, and since it's yo, that's me, that's I say me duele la mano, where mano is the subject of my sentence. Next, I have tú, which will give us te. Los ojos is plural, so we want duelen, and then our subject, los ojos. Your eyes hurt. Te duelen los ojos. Natalie Portman, she is a girl, so that's like ella gives us le. However, since we know her by name, we're going to mention her name. So Natalie Portman. I ran out of space. Hold on. Natalie Portman. Le duele la cabeza. Her head hurts. She only has one head, so le duele la cabeza. Next, nosotros la pierna. The leg hurts us. Our leg hurts. So that gives us nos duele la pierna. Próximo tenemos los pies. Los pies is plural. And ellos is going to go with les. So we have les duelen los pies. Please don't say pies, you guys. This is pies. Cindy Crawford and Jennifer Purrance. Those are two ladies that will be represented with les, but let's mention them by name. Cindy Crawford. Jennifer Purrance. We're abbreviating. Les duelen. We have los brazos, multiple arms at stake here. Les duelen los brazos. Próximo, Neil Patrick Harris, las orejas. So he has 2 ears that are hurting him, and he is a guy, and we're going to abbreviate his name. Because we're mentioning him by name, we need to have that there. Neil Patrick Harris. Le duelen las orejas. Next we have up las manos. Those are plural hands belonging to the one, the only Katy Perry. We have oh boy, I messed up. Katy Perry. Le duelen las manos. Penultimately, we have el estómago de Fuzz Aldrin. His tummy hurts, probably spent too much time in space. So we have Fuzz Aldrin. Le duele el estómago. And finally, we have someone's got a little paw issue going on. His pie, his little foot. Hurts John F. Kittendy. So we have John F. Kittendy. Le duele el pie. Oof. So that was painful, because duele means it hurts. But we have it. We have our backwards verbs agreement. Whatever is hurting, that's what the duele agrees with, not with who is hurting. Okay, think you got it? Go ahead and do activity 4 on page 330 in your Avancemos book. writing your answers down right here because we are going to use them in our next class. Need some help? Let's look at number 1. Number 1 has a picture of a guy going water skiing. And someone's going to ask you, ¿Quieres hacer esquí acuático? Do you want to go water skiing? And what's an excuse? Why don't you want to go water skiing? You can't go water skiing because your hands hurt, so you can't hold on to the thing. So let's go with hands. So I'll say, oh, lo siento, I cannot go. I'm so sorry, pero no puedo. In fact, we're going to use that same excuse for all 6 of these. So let's just say, hey, lo siento, pero no puedo. I'm so sorry, but I cannot. Why? Because me duele. And what hurts this time? Me duele la mano. That's right. Let's go with las manos. Me duelen las manos. I can't go water skiing because my hands hurt. Oh, by the way, if you came up with another excuse, if you want to say me duelen las piernas, my legs hurt, that's fine. Or me duelen los ojos. I can't water ski if I can't see. Me duelen los ojos. That's fine as well, but we'll go with manos today. Okay, number 2. Número 2 asks, ¿Quieres jugar al voleibol? Do you want to play volleyball? And what's a good excuse? Why can't we play volleyball? Well, we already used hands. Volleyball. Let's say, you know what, just our whole body. Our whole body hurts. Me duele el cuerpo. You know, we probably should have switched these, but whatever. Okay, and then the third one will ask, ¿Quieres caminar en la playa? Do you want to go walking on the beach? And we will say, oh, lo siento, no puedo. Me duelen los pies. My feet hurt. Me duelen los pies. I cannot go walking with you today. Yo no puedo caminar. Me duelen los pies. Okay, number 4, they'll ask, do you want to go swimming? ¿Quieres nadar? ¿Quieres ir a la piscina? And why wouldn't you want to go swimming? What excuse are we going to give to get out of swimming? Me duelen las piernas. I can't swim because my legs are so sore from the walking that we didn't do on the beach. Me duelen las piernas. And penultimately, ¿Quieres leer un libro? Do you want to read a book? Ah, perfect. I know exactly what to say. Let's say, me duelen los ojos. I'm sorry, but I can't read today. My eyes hurt. Please don't try that line on your English teacher next time. And then finally, ¿Quieres levantar pesas? Do you want to lift weights? Say, oh, sorry, but I skip leg day and me duelen los brazos. I can't lift weights with my arms. And we already said earlier that our legs are out of the picture. So, me duelen las piernas, me duelen los brazos. Guys, we are in absolutely terrible shape. Everything is hurting. Yipes. I hope you feel better soon. And that backwards verbs don't cause you too much pain. Remember, the rule for backwards verbs is right here. You start it with your indirect object pronoun, me, te, le. Oh, we should write them, shouldn't we? Me, te, le, nos, os, and les. Those are our indirect object pronouns. Do our verb. Make sure it agrees with your subject. And then have a great time with your exercises. Adios!